Hello, I'm Brian Weatherly, and welcome to Day 2 of Commercial Motor Television, the exclusive webcast brought to you by the magazine at the very heart of the road transport industry and sponsored by Chevron Global Lubricants. We're on the Ford stand, home of the mighty Transit. Last year Transit delivered a dominating market share to the Blue Oval Company of over 45%. This year at NEC it's got a brand new Transit to start competing again. But is it enough? Is it enough to keep it ahead of the chasing pack? A chasing pack that includes the likes of Vauxhall, VW and above all else Mercedes. To answer that question, we're with Gary Whittam from Ford.
It's a good question and it's one I hope I've got the answer to. We'd like to hope it's going to stay in front. It's clear leader by a mile. The vehicle you see in front of you has got Transit all the way through it like a stick of rock. We've developed the vehicle based on the old model. We've evolved, we haven't radically changed. The load box area stays the same, but the rest of the vehicle, the front end, the new contemporary design, the TDCI engines across the range, the new improved interior package that gives you car levels of trim. We've moved the gear lever to the instrument panel. We've got extra storage. There's some clever handy devices in there to conceal the various goods that drivers carry around. So we hope we're going to be ahead of the game. And as one of our dealers said, the best vehicle by a mile has just got better by a mile.
Japanese manufacturers have traditionally played a fairly long game when it comes to the UK market, but most recently there's been a real flurry of activity from Hino. So what's this Japanese big hitter doing in the UK? To find out, we've spoken to Liam O'Neill.
Well, at the moment, Brian, we have 8 mature dealers. We're going on with another 8. As you can see, we've introduced new tractor units, new model trucks, which we're having great success with. There's a lot of interest in the 6x4 and the 6x6 tractor units, as well as the 8-wheelers. And we come on stream next year, the middle of next year, with a 5-ton, 6.5-ton and a 7.5-tonner. And the dealer network is growing to a number of 16 at the moment.
In addition to the latest 700 series 8-leggers at Euro 4, many of which are on the road, Hino's really put the cat amongst the pigeons with a new lineup of tractors including 6x4, 4x2 and 6x2s are on the way. There must be plenty of van manufacturers wondering whether they can really break the stranglehold Ford has on the panel van market. But one manufacturer, Mercedes, with this vehicle, the Sprinter, are clearly up for the chase. There's a new Sprinter for NEC, and to tell us all about it and whether it really can catch the mighty Transit is Mercedes' Peter Lambert.
Brian, we're delighted with the feedback that we received from our customers and dealers at the launch, the international launch of the new Sprinter here at the NEC in Birmingham, that we believe that we're destined for big things with new Sprinter. With new engines, transmissions, extra load lengths, roof heights, different options as far as crew cabs and chassis cabs, that we're definitely going to be able to increase sales into the marketplace. Sprinter predominantly has sold the majority of its units to the fleet customers, and feedback from that sector of the market has been outstanding. They're very impressed with the new improvements to driver comfort, whole life costs, enhanced service intervals, lower insurance group ratings, and we believe that we've got a winner on our hands.
In addition to new body and chassis cab options, there's a smart new aerodynamic front end on the Sprinter, and along with a revised diesel engine lineup from 88 to 150 horsepower. For the emergency service, there's even a 184 horsepower V6 turbo diesel with a staggering 400 newton meters of torque. Further along the driveline, there's now the option of a 5-speed auto box in place of the normal 6-speed stirrer, and up front, the driving compartment has been thoroughly updated. Sprinter's baby brother, the Vito, has also gained a new range of pizza injector diesel engines, which are not only more powerful but distinctly less thirsty. And appearing at the NEC for the first time, there's a new 120 horsepower V6 CDI diesel engine option. Mercedes has long had a reputation for building some pretty bulletproof 8-wheelers for the UK market. The only problem with that is that durability has equated to high curb weight. But not anymore, thanks to this new vehicle, the Axor 8x4, which has been designed from the outset for payload-conscious UK tippermen. To tell me all about it, here's John Baker.
Brian, as you know, the Mercedes-Benz has been in the 8x4 market for a number of years now with the Actros product. The problem with the Actros product, it only allowed us to compete in about 20% of the total market because of its unladen weight. With the new Axor, we now can compete in the other 80% of the marketplace because it allows us to get, for the first time, a 20-ton payload.
The Axor 8-wheeler isn't the only newcomer on the German truck maker's NEC stand. Along with the revised family of Iveco Rigids and Axor tractors, the German truck and van makers is unveiling its range of Euro 4 Blue Tech tractors, including the latest Actros. Like DAF and Volvo, Merck has gone down the SCR route to meet the Euro 4 emission regs. There's no doubt that the latest generation of Euro 4 engines are taking operators into new territory as manufacturers strive to square the circle between performance and economy and lower emissions. And that means that the oil in those engines, whether they're equipped with EGR or like this DAF engine with SCR, is having to work harder. So what are the oil providers doing to make life easier for the engine manufacturers? To tell us, here's Dave Spence from Chevron Global Lubricants.
The oil companies have always had to adapt their engine oils to meet the latest requirements in terms of the OEMs. Euro 4, Euro 5 is no exception to that rule. You'll find that there's new products required in terms of low sulfated ash, phosphorus and sulfur. That means that conventional mineral oils are no longer suitable to be used in those vehicles. You have to use new generation base oils. Chevron is a leader in terms of developing those new products, and through our Chevron and Texaco master brands, we can offer engine oils that will meet the latest ASEER requirements at E6 level that will meet the new engine specifications. You'll also find that with the developments going through to Euro 6, that GTL type based products are going to be needed, and there'll be a lot more to be heard about that in the coming years as enhancements are made. But the key, I think, in terms of operators is that the oil companies recognise that you have to give a cost-effective solution to meet their needs and not put too much of a burden in terms of cost on their operations.
Not that long ago, Iveco was the clear market leader above 3.5 tonnes in the UK. But more recently, it's decided quite sensibly to put percentage points behind it and concentrate on its profit. As a result of that, it's been overtaken by DAF and Mercedes, and that's hurt it. But now, for 2006 and in the run-up to Euro 4, it's got a brand new lineup of vehicles, and in particular, it's looking to crack that elusive tractive unit market in the UK. And to tell us how, we have from Iveco, Chris Thornycross-Smith.
Well, good morning, Brian, and thank you. The Stralis, as you see here, the vehicle we're standing on, better on the road than sitting here in a show, but this gives us a fantastic opportunity now to really hit this tractor market, not by going for 15%, 20% in one hit. We've got to do it slowly, gradually, and to give the customer, the operator, a real cost benefit. And the cost benefit these days is really in things like fuel. Fuel consumption on this vehicle is fantastic. Driver acceptability and acceptance is fantastic, because that today really does cut your costs. Got a good driver, good fuel, you can really cut your costs. So we see Stralis really hitting the tractor market and bringing us back into the sector that we really need to be in for the future.
Iveco has certainly committed itself wholeheartedly to SCR, and to prove it, on its stand at the NEC are SCR-equipped Euro 4 and in some cases Euro 5 versions of its Eurocargo, Stralis and Tracker models. With the advent of the new low-emission regs, the middleweight Eurocargo, said to be the only vehicle under 12 tonnes available at Euro 5, has gained revised power ratings from its 4 and 6 cylinder Tector engines. Inside the cargo cabin, there's a new dashboard-mounted gear lever with servo shift, making it not only easier to move across the cab, but also easier to use itself. Meanwhile, outside there's an improved 6-mirror system which already meets the planned new EU visibility regs slated for 2007. Well, that wraps up day 2 of Commercial Motor Television, our live webcast from the NEC, sponsored by Chevron Global Lubricants. But do join us for the 3rd and final day tomorrow, where we'll be looking at Scania's EGR approach and its new driver clothing range, the mysteries of AdBlue, and of course our very own Commercial Motor Health Challenge. Until then, goodbye.